this video, we're going to be talking about fingerstyle playing. What I mean by fingerstyle playing is using multiple fingers in order to play one chord on the guitar. This is as opposed to just strumming a chord in its entirety. So the way that we want to get started with this is let's take only our open strings and we're going to assign one of our fingers to each one of those strings. So what I want you to do is use your thumb for the low E, use your pointer for the G, your middle for the B, and your ring for the high E. Now once you have your fingers placed on those correct strings, I want you to try playing each one of those strings with each one of the fingers that's assigned to it. So it'll look like this. Now a great way to loop through this is once you play the high E string, go back and play the B and then the G. Now, in terms of the low E, we want to think about that as the starting position. So basically, this is one loop through this exercise, is going here. And then, once you play the low E, you're either ending it because it kind of sounds like the end, or you're looping through it once again. So when you loop through it, it will sound like this. This is a great way to introduce yourself to this concept and get comfortable with assigning one finger for each string. Now, once you have gotten comfortable with that, let's use the A minor chord and let's try and add another finger. So why are we adding another finger? Well, it's because the A minor chord has 5 strings in it. So it's perfect for the 5 fingers that we have on our hand. So with the A minor chord, we're going to use our thumb on the A, our pointer on the D, our middle on the G, our ring on the B, and our pinky on the high E. And we play it one at a time like this. Now, in order to loop it, we want to think about how we did it with the last one. So once we get to the high E, go back down and play the strings that you just played. So after the high E, we'll play the B string, G, and then D. So it'll sound like this. Now, if you want to loop it, again, we want to think about that lowest string, in this case, the A string being kind of the bass. So once you go through one cycle, when you play the A string again, it will be the start of the next cycle. Now, let's throw another chord into the mix to get some chord transitions in. So one of the easiest ones to start with is the A minor chord to the C major chord, because all it requires is your ring finger moving from the G string to the A string, which is perfect for looping this chord transition around using fingerstyle playing. The reason for that is that once we go through the A minor chord once, we are right there at the A string again in order to play the C major chord. So you want to transition right before you play the A string with your ring finger from the G string to the A, so it will sound like this. And likewise when you go back to A minor. So this is a great way to introduce your fingers and start to train them to play the guitar in a different manner as opposed to only strumming. By adding fingerstyle playing to either songs you're writing or songs you're learning, it'll add a lot more versatility in the way that you can actually play the instrument.